I'm Loren Molloy. Happy Halloween, and welcome to tonight's episode. I've decided to read to you some of my favorite childhood Halloween stories. Yes, I said children's Halloween stories from my childhood. The first one I want to read to you is an absolute favorite of mine called Bony Legs. Show you the cover. Yes, a very old Halloween book that my mother used to read to me every Halloween. And now I'm going to read it to you. I hope you enjoy it because it's definitely a favorite of mine. Bony Legs. And I love the artwork on this, so I hope you can see it. Bony Legs by Joanna. Let's see, when was this book written? 1983 this book was written, a year before I was born. Bony Legs was a horrible, bad witch. She could run very fast on her bony old legs. Her teeth were made of iron, and she liked to eat little children. She lived deep in the woods, in a hut that stood on chicken feet. And yeah, I'm going to take a few seconds on every page so you guys can see the illustration. The illustrations are by Dirk Zimmer. Isn't that cool? Chicken feet. All day long, she waited for children to pass by. On the edge of the same woods, a girl named Sasha lived with her aunt. One morning, Sasha's aunt sent her out to borrow a needle and thread. Sasha took some bread and butter and a bit of meat for lunch. She began to walk. She walked and walked. She was surprised when she came to a hut that stood on chicken feet. She decided to go inside. She opened the gate. It creaked and groaned. "Poor gate," said Sasha. "You need some grease." She scraped the butter from her bread and rubbed it on the hinges of the gate. It opened quietly. I love the artwork. Sasha walked up the path. A skinny dog stood in her way. It barked and barked. "Poor dog," said Sasha. "You look hungry." She gave her bread to the dog. He ate it up, did not bark again. I hope these illustrations look okay for you. I know sometimes between the Wi-Fi and, all the fancy stuff about webcams, it might not come out as great, but at least you get to enjoy them with me a little cat was sitting near the hut, mewing sadly. "Poor kitty," said Sasha. "Are you hungry too?" She gave her meat to the cat. Old Bony Legs poked her head out the window. "What do you want?" she asked Sasha. Here's the picture of Sasha feeding the cat. "My aunt would like to borrow a needle and thread," said Sasha. "Come right in," said the witch. Sasha went inside. "Now," said Bony Legs, "get in the tub." "Why?" asked Sasha. "I don't need a bath." "I want you nice and clean," said Bony Legs. "I'm going to cook you for my supper." She grinned and showed her iron teeth. Then she went outside to gather sticks for the fire. She locked the door behind her. Ugh. Poor Sasha. Ever shall she do? Sasha was scared. She began to cry. "Don't cry," said a voice. "I will help you." Sasha looked around. No one was there but the cat. "Fill the tub, but don't get in," said the cat. Sasha had never heard a cat talk, but she did what it told her. You see the cat on the floor looking at her? Bony Legs called through the door. "Are you washing, girl?" "Yes, I am," said Sasha. "Good," said Bony Legs, and she went away to gather more sticks. After she had gone, the cat gave Sasha a silver mirror. "When you are in trouble, throw this away," said the cat. See Bony Legs gathering more sticks and checking at the door. And then Sasha and the cat with the mirror. That did not make sense, thought Sasha. But she took the mirror and put it in her pocket. "Now run," said the cat. Sasha climbed out of the window and began to run. See the basket on the floor? You can see the chicken leg, the cat in the window, and Sasha climbing out. The witch called through the door again. "Are you washing, girl?" "Yes, I am," said the cat. "Well, hurry up," said Bony Legs. Then she went away. Sasha ran through the yard. The dog stopped her and gave her a wooden comb. "When you need this, throw it away," said the dog. That did not make sense, thought Sasha, but she put the comb in her pocket. Then she opened the gate. It did not make a sound on its buttered hinges. Sasha ran into the woods. Bony Legs called through the door again. "Are you washing, girl?" "Yes, I am," said the cat. "What?" said Bony Legs. Not done yet. She flung open the door. There was the cat. There was the tub. But where was Sasha? You sneaky cat, yelled Bony Legs. Why did you trick me? You never fed me, said the cat. But Sasha gave me meat to eat. Blah, said Bony Legs, and she ran into the yard. The dog was sleeping in the sun. You lazy dog, shouted Bony Legs. Why didn't you bark at her? You never fed me, said the dog. But Sasha gave me bread to eat. Blah, said the witch. She rushed to the gate. You worthless gate, she screamed. Why didn't you lock her in? You never took care of me, said the gate. But Sasha put butter on my hinges. The old witch flew into a rage. She stamped her feet, pulled her hair, and even pinched her own nose. But she did not feel any better. She ran after Sasha on her bony old legs. Sasha looked back and saw the witch's iron teeth glinting in the sun. Sasha was scared. She remembered the silver mirror. She took it out of her pocket and threw it behind her. The mirror became a deep silver lake. Bony Legs could not cross it. She ran home and got her tub. She rode it across the lake and ran after Sasha on her bony old legs. Sasha saw the witch coming again. She remembered the wooden comb. She took it out of her pocket and threw it behind her. Can you see the comb she's throwing? See it? The comb grew until it was as tall as 3 trees. Bony Legs could not climb over it. She could not dig under it. She could not squeeze through it. At last she gave up, and she stomped her feet, pulled her hair, and pinched her nose all the way back to her hut. Sasha went home too, and you can be sure she never went back to the hut that stood on chicken feet. The end. That was Bony Legs by Joanna Cole and pictures by Dirk Zimmer. This book came out in 1983, and my mom's been reading it to me every single year, basically. And now I'm sharing it with all of you for this Halloween. And I hope you get to share this story with all of the Halloween loving people in your life, whether they're kids or adults. So, next book. I hope you guys enjoyed Bony Legs. Now, to another one. You guys ready? Berenstain Bears. Ghost of the Forest. Berenstain Bears and the Ghost of the Forest. The number on top, by the way, that was when me and my class had books in, the little school library back in the day, because I worked with a lot of special needs kids, so we would have little library selections. So please don't be upset about that. By the way, I realize how old this book is, so it's been there for 1 billion years. So. Berenstain Bears and the Ghost of the Forest. Off go the Bear Scouts to camp out all night. Will an unwelcome ghost visit their site? That's how it starts. Sorry if the words are a little backwards for you. I'm not sure how it records sometimes. How many people have read a Berenstein Bear book lately? When's the last time you even thought about these guys? Let's see, does this say? Oh yeah, copyright 1988. Ooh. Look out for Papa, said Brother Bear, and the Bear Scouts tiptoed down the stair. We don't need Pa, Sister Bear said. Not this trip, agreed Cousin Fred. I see you scouts are on your way into Great Spooky Forest for an overnight stay. Pa, I hope you'll excuse us, said Brother Bear, but this is a trip we'd rather not share. It's a trip. It's also a trip I'd rather not share. Me sleep with spooks? Not on a dare. Spooks, gasped the scouts, not a little afraid. Spooks of all kinds, a nightly parade. And boss of them all, the ghost of the wood. Call off the trip, scouts. I really and truly think you should. Nonsense, said Mamma, who overheard. Spooks indeed, not another word. Your pa's just trying to give you a scare. So be off with you, scouts, smiled wise Mama Bear. As the scouts waved goodbye to Mama Bear, Pa sneaked around and climbed the stair. Then up to the attic, to the old rag box, What's Pa up to, the sly old fox? Sly Papa cut 3 holes in a sheet and turned himself into a ghost with bare feet. Leader Jane met the scouts at the edge of the wood. No Pa? She asked. That's very good. Pa gave us a bit of a fright. He said there are spooks, and they come out at night. Spooks? That's nonsense. Now let me explain. There are no such things, said Scout Leader Jane. So the scouts went to work setting up camp, raising the tent, filling the lamp, building the fire, getting it lit. Jane took time to explore a bit. She collected some leaves. She studied some seeds. That's when she heard a voice in the weeds. Chuckling and talking to himself in there was, you guessed it, Papa Q Bear. This trick will be fun, Papa Bear said as he pulled the sheet over his head. Said Jane as she tiptoed away. This is a game that 2 can play. Then, using twigs and leaves as a base, she started to make what looked like a face. The scouts told stories in the firelight. Then they all bedded down for the night. Ooh! They heard it just as they started to doze. It frightened those scouts from their head to their toes. Whoa! I am the ghost of the forest. They ran to Jane's tent, but Jane wasn't there. What shall we do? Cried Sister Bear. Then a spookier spook came into sight and gave the first ghost a terrible fright. Ooh! I am the ghost of the forest. Can you see who's doing it this time? And who did Spook 2 turn out to be? Leader Jane, of course. That's when they saw Spook number 3. Ooh! As the campers and Pa shiver and shook, Sis opened an eye and took a good look. She saw something strange, a yellow hat on a pumpkin head, Pa's red pajamas, and a polka dot dress that looked exactly like Mama's. having fun, the voice, it was Mama's. Then her head poked out of Pa's pajamas. Teaching Pa a lesson like this was just too good a chance to miss. It's a double ghost lesson, said Jane with a grin. There are no such things, there never have been. But just as sure as night follows day, it's fun to be scared of them anyway. The end. I hope you liked both books. This was The Berenstein Bears and The Ghost of the Forest. Those are two of some of my favorite kids' Halloween stories. First was Bony Legs, now Berenstein Bears and The Ghost of the Forest. I will be posting other videos of me reading more children's Halloween books because I truly believe we need a bit of child at heart feeling now, always, and during our Halloween season. So, from me to you, happy Halloween, happy horrors, and stay safe, everyone.